Hey guys, it's me. um, and I wanted to share a little something uh, that I've touched on a little bit in the past on my channel, and that's about the idea of shadow totems or shadow power animals, shadow spirit animals. So why am I out of breath? Um, so we're all pretty much familiar with the concept of spirit animals in paganism as a whole, or spirit animals, power animals, totem animals, whatever you want to call them. Although for me, each one means something kind of different, but for this video, we'll just probably call them all those things. But you're familiar with those terms, right? And so it's a spirit, sometimes a physical animal, but it's like the spirit of an animal that you work with, kind of like you would with a god or a goddess, or a humanoid spirit like a fairy or an elf or a merfolk, something like that. You work with them like that, right? And like an astral sense, and they teach you stuff. They help you with magic. They act as therapy for you. All sorts of things, right? Power animals. And most of us probably just go ahead and say that our power animals are like our favorite animals, which I think is generally true. So like if you just really love dogs, hello, power animal. However, I think what's really fun is when you go into when you go into meditation, or when you alter your state of consciousness in some way, and you let visions come to you, right? And specifically when I think you're meditating on the idea of a power animal, sometimes it may shock you because you're thinking, you may be sitting there thinking like, okay, I'm going to find my power animal. Like, let's do this. And you already have maybe some base assumptions. And then suddenly a spider shows up in your mind. You're like, oh God, why am I thinking about a spider? Stop. And you may be thinking, I'm confused. I'm not meditating. I'm not there yet. Like, my thoughts aren't cleared. Like, something's going on. I'm just sabotaging myself. Probably not. Be open to any kind of animal showing up to you. Any kind. Your power animal may be a bear, and you don't care about bears at all. You've never given bears a second thought. But bear medicine is probably what you need. So if it's something that's scary to you that shows up, or gross, like if a bug shows up, usually that's a thing for people. Any kind of bugs, and arachnids, scorpions and things. People usually are like, what? I'm not working with you. But you should really give them a shot. And I think most of the time that is a shadow totem, shadow spirit animal, whatever. And it can be an animal that you're scared of. Or one that rubs you the wrong way. One that you think is gross. Maybe an animal that has hurt you in real life. Maybe you were attacked by a certain kind of animal, and so now you have like a grievance with that animal. These all fall into the idea of a shadow animal. For me, it's a shark, and I did a video about that a long time ago, that you can go find, about my shark totem. But generally, we can all agree that sharks are really scary. And of course, when we say sharks, we immediately think of a great white shark, right? Like Jaws. That's what you think of. And of course, it's like very, very scary. Because they have black eyes, so many teeth, they just pop out of the water, and we're already usually scared of deep, dark water as humans. Like in our little lizard brain, we just can't handle it. Rightfully so. It keeps us safe to be scared of deep, dark water. But yeah, sharks. I love sharks now. But they're still really scary. And like, even when I see them on a video, I am like so averse. Because you just don't know what's going to happen in the video. Usually it's like them rushing the camera. I don't like it. It's them breaching the water, and all you see is teeth. It's really spooky. And never mind that, like, A shark is an animal that if you were to encounter it in the wild, you're probably not coming out of it unscathed. If you come out of it alive. So, however, once I realized that sharks were my shadow animal, I kind of had to force myself to start working with them. So I would run a bath. I would color the bath water like a blue color, like a deep blue. I'd put salt in it, and then I would sink in and freak myself out. I would go through this astral journey of meeting the spirit of shark, of great white shark specifically. And it was really scary at first, somewhat intentionally. Like I feel like it was messing with me, but and I still struggle with shark energy and shark as a totem. It's still my shadow totem. It hasn't suddenly just transferred over to my regular totem pole or gone away. I'm still learning lessons from shark. But yeah, my point is be open to working with animals that scare you, animals that gross you out. Work with those animals because they have a teaching for you. It's just like herbs. There's a meaning for every single animal here on the internet and in so many books. But I do encourage you to work with the spirit of the animal maybe before even looking up those definitions, because you're going to find definitions that are special just for you, that make sense for you. But then also you're going to excite yourself because I promise you're probably going to get a lot of associations in your mind from that interaction, and then go and Google it and you'll get all this confirmation because you're like, that's exactly what happened with me. So yes, shadow animals. Work with shadow animals. Okay? That's a really easy gateway, I think, too, into shadow work. If you're averse to any kind of like pain work, shadow work, dark work, if you're like a love and light person, and you're kind of ignoring the bad parts of yourself, working with an animal spirit is a very safe and great way to move into shadow work. So, go play with spirit animals. Thanks, guys. Bye.